Not really. We were backstage thinking that it's late, but we're going to be action packed.
We're going to give you
best
7 minutes of the best
7 minutes.
you've ever seen.
I mean, it could be upwards of 60, 70 seconds. So
yes, 6 minutes of good panel, 1 minute of questionable.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for coming.
And waiting in line. I really, I feel bad about that.
Feel bad about that.
What are you trying
What are you trying to do?
What? Why would you try to?
Why would you do that?
Oh.
We're just going to push the next panel late anyway. Who cares? We're going to blame it on Patrick Stewart. Who does he think he is?
He's bald, so
What
something good.
What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean? All people are better?
Yeah.
You guys agree with that? Wow.
That was very muted. I don't know why.
It was a situation. Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
I probably should have prepared some words. I mean, I'm always of the mind that people's questions are more interesting than anything that comes out of my mouth, because then I can say something awkward in response to it, and then later tonight when I can't sleep, think about what a dumb thing I said.
You're absolutely right what you just said.
That's part of the 6 minutes.
That's the obvious.
Well, I'll throw out the first question. I'd be happy to throw out my particular special questions because I didn't get to ask you the other night on the red carpet, Jeff. We were too busy jumping around.
I'm going to call you Hunter S. Thompson.
Sure.
Are those prescription sunglasses?
What?
Are those prescription sunglasses?
Actually, they are, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have prescription sunglasses too.
They make a world of difference. Yeah. No. I'm not just the fat Kid Rock, I swear. Kid Rock fans in the house, huh?
Alright. We're doing a panel like this.
Nice. Those are good.
I've got nothing.
You got nothing?
I'm not really high right now. So I don't need them.
They don't make prescription bifocals either, so.
Oh. Ooh.
Wait, what was
Thank
that?
you,
An
Hunter.
implication that he's old?
What?
Was that an implication that he's old?
I was.
Oh, okay.
This is getting crazy.
Yeah, this is getting ugly. Oh,
We've got
my bad.
4 more minutes. of
7.5 more minutes.
There's that 7 minutes of awkwardness you're talking about.
Yes.
Who's your favorite superhero, Jeff? We're at Comic-Con.
My favorite superhero? Oh my God, hold on a second. My favorite superhero. This is a big question. I have a comic book collection. Let me think. What was the question?
Wait, what?
Who's your favorite superhero? You can tell the crowd, Felicia, because you answered me last night.
I did, you asked
Why
me
don't you
last
tell these
night. It
people?
was Nightwing because he's a hot one. Right? Isn't he so much hotter than Batman? I don't know, right? And then he became Batman, and then I was like, he's not as hot. And now he's Nightwing again, I guess. So maybe he's hot again. Who knows?
I'm still thinking about my answer.
I mean, did you remember the question?
What did you just say?
Did you remember the question? The question was, what are your favorite
What's my
superheroes?
superhero? I know. I have a very odd collection. I'm trying to think of somebody who I really read growing up that I wanted to. Just thought was really cool.
I mean, you're still thinking, are you thinking about it? Are you gonna have
I'm
an
still
answer?
thinking about it.
Boy, we should talk about the guild maybe and then come back to you.
Let's jump to the villain. Who's your favorite villain, Felicia? Tell everybody who your favorite villain is.
I made one up last night, but my favorite villain would be Abinashi in the guild. Because I'm trying to get him back on track to the guild.
Well, let's get to the guild, okay.
Right? Did you see that segue, guys? I'm a writer. Who's been watching season 5? Awesome. We actually, I wrote this whole season based on the fact that I love conventions like this, because the show has been kind of built, person by person. Ever since, remember Comic-Con when I took the cast came down and I literally was like printing up bookmarks and handing them to people and then they were like throwing them on the ground. So if you saw, no, it's true.
Somebody hit you in the face
They did hit me in the face.
when you gave them one.
And then if you saw episode 3 of The Guild that just came out last week, there's a thing where Blades is handing out headshots of himself. That was what inspired that. So the whole season is me trying to just like infuse as much of my con experience as possible into season 5. So we have some crazy stuff that happens during the season that is all an homage to, stuff like this, bringing people together to share in what they really love.
Yeah, and Greg Aronowitz this year designed a lot of the booths.
Yeah, he did. Right here, Greg Aronowitz.
I'm sorry.
And
the booths are perfect.
the guy, and I forget his name because, we're in front of a bunch of people and I'm blinking, but a guy from Tennessee who's a fan actually made all the banners for us. What's his name? Mike? Huh? Mike D?
Z.
Mike Z from Tennessee. That rhymes. Should we do a rap?
I really think she should have a last name.
He should have an actual last name. Is it
Z?
Z? Anyway, he's from Tennessee and he's his fan and he made all of our signage to make it look like a convention. And he donated everything. So if you need some signage, talk to Mike Z in Tennessee.
Look him up on Facebook.
You can't even dance sitting down. I'm sorry.
What's your favorite superhero, Jeff?
Next season, work.
I mean,
There is no work next
It's
season.
literally been 5 minutes. You just can't come up with one. Just make one up. I mean, it's not like a commitment for life.
Damn
Captain Hammer is a superhero. Yes. Guys, if you have questions, you might want to be just lining up. Just because we are.
Yeah, we are on the clock here, so smart man.
That was very good.
Just kind of
Okay, let me see
so
who that
right
is.
in.
Oh, hey, you wore a work shirt yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good to see you guys again. Just a quick question. You guys just kicked off season 5. You guys started all this. You actually have the Dragon Age movie coming out. What's next for the guild? What conventions you guys going to be appearing? What's some of your next plans?
Thank you. I'll give you $5 later for that.
One word, Hawaii.
He keeps wanting. Okay, first of all, Jeff Lewis.
Why can't we go?
He wants the guild to go to Hawaii, like with a Brady Bunch or something.
Yes.
I mean, we
There's
should
gonna be
this
a
thing.
spider bite, and Greg will get lost at sea, and
Would Clara would get lost at sea? Is that what you think? And then she couldn't find her way back?
yes,
Okay, no. It's a horrible storyline.
it's a free trip.
It's not free. I would have to pay for it. I have to.
Exactly. What is
And then what
he
else?
stating that's bad?
And then you want a spin-off. I mean,
It's all coming up Borg.
It's a horrible. That's a horrible title. First of all, second of all,
By
what would
horrible, you mean a great title.
Wrong. That's not what I meant by that English word. Horrible. What would that entail? That spin-off? I mean, nothing.
Me and chicks. And a lot of drugs in a hotel room. And just like celebrities and just Lakers games. And a lot of donuts and really expensive hamburgers
Okay. See, this is a bad pitch.
and chicks.
Anyway.
I'm
Farm
sold.
animals.
You want to watch this? Well, you're Hunter S. Thompson, so
I want to be on it now.
clearly. We're going to go to Dragon Con. If anybody's going to that. Anybody? Go to. No. One woman. Oh, a couple people.
The women are doing Dragon Con.
The world's going to be a Dragon Con. So we'll be there with Amy and Robin. And then I'll be in New York City. And then, the show's just rolling out. We've got 8 more weeks, 8 more episodes to do. So next week there's going to be next week we reveal a couple of good guest stars and a storyline. I don't want to spoil anything.
I wish I could tell you who's going to be there, but I can't.
I can say my friend Marissa from Dr. Horrible, Marissa Tantrum, is going to be in next week's episode, so I can say that.
And you mentioned Doug.
Well, he's not in next week's episode.
What you already mentioned?
But Doug Jones is going to be
Yeah.
in the season. But yeah, I'm still talking and you're still standing there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
I think we answered it, right?
We answered it, yeah.
Let's let the guy behind you ask a question.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
First up, before I ask my question, I just wanted to agree with Borg. I think bald people are awesome too. Okay.
Thank
It's
you.
interesting because you're not even.
Because you have plenty of hair, so.
You got plenty of hair.
But it runs in my family, so I'm kind of worried that down the line. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I know that season 1 you guys did it completely independently, and then after that you got some funding from Sprint and Microsoft putting you guys on Xbox Live Marketplace. So I'm just wondering if
after that started happening, were there talks with game companies about their game being the game on the guild, or did you guys want one, or has it always been planned that there just wouldn't be any actual game mentioned on the show?
For season 1, I actually wrote it that it was World of Warcraft. So, and I always had this envisioned, like the avatars, actually being World of Warcraft characters. But then, just for copyright purposes, I didn't do that. And then it seemed really weird to me to make the game a game that people know after that. It just seems like it would be weird. It just been made me concentrate on what was not important, which is seeing the characters run around in game versus seeing the people interact in real life. So nobody really approached us, but I wouldn't have probably been open to that idea just because we established that we don't see it, and it would just be weird to just shift in the middle of it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Superhero, favorite superhero, come on. Okay.
I'm still thinking of it.
Hi.
Hi.
I was at your guys' booth earlier. I was talking to Jeff actually about how the Borg spin-off, and I thought it was a really good idea. And then when we went over to when we
That's
brought it
one
up,
person.
when we brought it up to Felicia, she kind of looked at me like I was stupid and like kind of embarrassed me. And then she went on to talk about how she's kind of like the dictator of everything that happens to the guild, and if it doesn't involve her, I don't think she's really interested. So my question is.
Did you pay this guy?
My question is to Felicia. Is it because you're worried that Jeff is going to kind of become like a Justin Timberlake of the guild, not need you guys? What?
Wow.
I think I already am. I will be.
I don't know. You already had that prepared statement, so I don't know what to respond to it with.
I did date Cameron Diaz for a while.
Did you really?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. How do I tell you that?
I would hope that everybody from the guild goes off and becomes a Justin Timberlake.
Do you mean that?
I hope
I
that
don't
there's
think you do.
I do.
You've got to be honest. Tell the truth when you talk to you.
I just feel like if maybe Vince, who plays Blades, became Justin Timberlake of the guild, he maybe wouldn't let me on his private jet. It might be a situation where he's like, your friend can come. Maybe?
Maybe. Vince sounds like the Justin Timberlake, yeah.
Well, if anybody's gotten Vince's autograph ever, you'll notice that he takes up the most amount of real estate on any one item of any of the guild. And it's disproportionate. As far as screen time to signature size.
We have to actually get larger prints now, just
Yeah.
to make room for Vince.
Yeah. And move along.
I think Justin...
You should hear Vince's point.
Can Justin Timberlake be my favorite superhero?
Yes.
He's been in a comic, hasn't
He hasn't been in a comic.
he? Yes, sir.
So I just had kind of a general question. What is the strangest thing that's ever happened to you at a con?
What is the strangest thing?
That's ever happened to you at a con?
Well, that's not that strange.
Wait, what?
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Well, it's happened twice this year that a guy has come up, and they're always guys, just two, so always doesn't really count for two, right? It's gonna be three to be always.
What are you talking about?
The word always, as applied to two incidents, seems a little broad. Anyway, let's analyze this later. They've had me sign them. Okay, at Emerald City Con this year, a guy came up and was like, hey, can you sign my shoulder? I'm like, oh, that's okay. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get a tattoo over it. I'm like, whoa, dude, you don't want to do that. Like, I was really nervous, but he's like, no, it's cool. It's a bet between me and my friends. They're gonna give $500 if I actually get the tattoo over your signature. I'm like, well, that seems fair. So, after a little bit of persuasive argument, I signed it, in a small, and right here. He came back the next day and he showed me this inflamed tattoo. And I was like, dude, you actually did it. I thought that was not gonna happen. He's like, $500. The story gets worse. he tweets me on Monday after the con's over, hey, this is the guy who got the tattoo. Guess what? My friends didn't pay up.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's the worst, right? So anyway, that's the first time. And then at Comic-Con, a guy got me to sign his calf, and then he tattooed over it. But he's a tattoo artist. He had a really, you know, they were cool, like cool people, like, oh, I can't hang out with them because they're cool. And his girlfriend was with him, so it seemed cool to me. So anyway, that's probably the strangest. Oh, and I had got Bad Horse fanfic with Penny once. Give it to me at a panel. That's a little questionable, right?
You had this guy who wanted to get his fiancée on the phone, his girlfriend on the phone, and have you propose for him.
Yes,
To
that
her.
happened too. I forgot about that.
And you said to him, why would I propose to your girlfriend?
I was like,
That
dude, you
seems
need to get
wrong.
your man priorities straight. If I were your girlfriend, I'd kick your ass.
Yeah. Felicia's not married her, you are.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been binding. He was trying to trick me to marry one other woman.
Something to think about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, first in the Guild and then in Eureka, what's up with you and Will Wheaton?
I just want to establish that I made Will Wheaton kind of that character. Fox, I had him first. Let me just say that. I created the character of Fox for him as an actor, and I believe it might have even been before, no, it might have been after one year for Will Wheaton, or at the same time. But it was before Eureka. So I guess, I guess we work well together, and we like hanging out, and it's cool that people hire us together, which is pretty cool. Maybe one day I'll be on Big Bang. I can really hope. That would be cool.
So you're taking credit for Will's career.
Will Wheaton is nothing without
That's great. She's responsible for everybody's career.
everybody.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. I made him happen.
I just want to congratulate you guys on the success of the Guild. I really,
you.
really enjoy it.
Oh, come on. We don't have to take this.
This is to Felicia. As obviously you have inspiration from video games with the Guild and everything. What was the one game in your past that did it for you, like, that just floored you? Like, this is a really excellent, piece of art. Because I mean, Roger Ebert has written stuff about like video games are not art. Which
Yeah, I don't
totally
believe that guy.
BS. But what was the one game or a few that really,
Was artistic?
like it just floored you?
I mean, I was hooked on video games from the time I ever played them. So like every Ultimate game I played obsessively, I was like, oh, I can choose honor or valor. Which one? What's my personality? It was like, it was such a great game as far as especially making your character, all those choices you had to make. And then, just storytelling in games is so amazing. I mean, I was in love with a fish man in Mass Effect 2. They made romance Thane in Mass Effect. This girl right here, right? Hottest fish man ever. He was dreamy business. So, and to get, as involved and immersed in a game, like you can do that with good storytelling, I mean, that's obviously artistic because what is art? Art is just, I don't know, that's too deep for this. Come on, Jeff Lewis, what is art?
I wasn't listening. What is art?
Yeah, what is art?
It's anything that you create from your head that's original. I don't know.
That was almost good. That was almost a good answer.
Thank you. But it's not really true. I mean, you could do a sequel to a movie. You could write a sequel. That's art.
Is it?
So, I guess not. I'm sorry.
By the way, Felicia, I think you should do a cameo in Mass Effect 3. That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. I've been working with all the BioWare people on Dragon Age, and every time I meet with them, I'm like, are Thane and I going to be together in 3? And they're
I
like,
hope so.
They're very, very secretive. Damn it.
Have a good time, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shut up.
I just wanted to do, this is kind of probably a boring question for everybody else, but I know that you're the producer of the show, and for the first season you were independent. I was wondering if you had any advice for any aspiring web series producers or creators. Yeah. any advice for any web series producers or people that are trying to get something going, stuff that you wish somebody had told you?
I mean, I guess I didn't realize it, but most of your work will be in trying to get people to see your show versus make it. And I guess make it as short as possible. Because there's nothing worse than a really long piece of video content. I mean, we just did our very longest Guild episode this last week. It was over 9 minutes. And it was kind of like, I was nervous about it, but I knew that we packed enough information in it and it moved quick enough that people hopefully wouldn't be bored. And people are invested in our characters over like 4 years now. You know, the first Guild episode was like 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And, you know, just being able to catch people's attention and make them, you know, invest in your characters very quickly. I think that's the key. And then knowing that, you know, you're not going to get 1 million hits overnight. I mean, that's such an anomaly. So just, you know, keep telling stories on a regular basis and knowing that half the battle is just getting people to be aware of your show.
And you did something that I think for most people is very scary, is to make something and then go out and tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're just opening yourself up to, if you're scared, you're opening yourself up to possibly being criticized, but
Definitely
it's the only way
criticized.
to get seen. But you went and told every single person, see this. And
I was obnoxious about it, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I would stick a bookmark in anybody's, I put them in toilets. You know, I would like stick it under the toilet rim in like public restrooms. Like I was crazy, I was a zealot.
you did, you told everybody that, to your credit, yeah.
I sent email after email, you know. So I guess that's just, you have to believe in what you're doing so much that other people will join in. And hopefully you've made something really good that resonates with other people just besides yourself.
And you started to, maybe I'm wrong, but you started to when going on WoW and on the forums and telling people,
Yeah,
because it was close.
and they were the meanest. World of Warcraft forums are like, those are mean people. I mean, they're really harsh on those forums. I mean, it's almost about as FARC, which is like, oh, you know, those are the meanest, right? I don't know. I guess we could have a mean off for the internet, and there would be a. But like for every one comment that's really mean, you'll know you'll have 10 that are positive, and you just have to like embrace the fact that you can't please everybody. And that one dude, you'll find him one day. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. Oh, and if you put a petition up on the website for that spin-off, I'll sign it.
Rampage Fitness Academy is located at 23681 Via Linda, Suite A in Mission Viejo, California, 92691. Call them at 949-830-7267. Cardio kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, regular boxing, yoga, or women's classes only. Rampage Fitness Academy has it all. Check them out at rampagefitnessacademy.com.